confident seeing it, executing it. What the hell?
What was the reason? What was the reason?
So I think I'm gonna add to this position my stops to break even. Boom, boom, and boom. Day, come on, 1K. 690 with micros, and I'm gonna close that. Hose is mad, chat. Chat, Hose is mad, chat.
Hose mad. Hose mad.
All right, chat, close your eyes and sell. Here we go. Just don't even look at it, chat. Why would you put a stop loss on it? Are you crazy? Why would you use a stop loss? It can't get no better than this, chat. Oh my God, she's up $5,300. We're gonna close that trade. 5 grand live on stream. No sound, no sound, no sound. How come there's no sound? How is there no sound? Let me see. In the green. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Can you hear me now? Oh, we're good. Okay. I don't know what happened. It was a glitch. All right, but good morning, everybody. I said good morning to everybody. I'll say make sure you get up and stretch. It's Happy Friday. Make sure we smile. It is a bank holiday today. I'm gonna be hands off on these markets. So today's stream is gonna be a little different. Not just because it's a bank holiday. Yes, you can find some setups, of course. Just know that the big sharks are not in the water moving the markets. On bank holidays, typically it's just retail traders. It is just retail traders moving the markets. So sometimes volume could be questionable. Movement can be a bit questionable. Not saying you can't make a move. There could be moves sometimes. But professionally, usually just kind of like to be hands off and take it as like a little break, a little break, a little day off. All right. But as you know, I do stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So instead of missing this stream, I would come up here and have a little fun. So today, we're going to do some reactions because a lot of you sent me some things. You peeped the poll. A lot of you guys sent me some things that you wanted me to talk about. So we're going to have a very sophisticated conversation today on stream. Hopefully you're looking forward to it. We're not here to bash any individual. We're just going through what's going on. So there's trader drama, there's prop firm drama, all the above going on. We're just here to react to it. That's all. All right. So like I said, we're going to have some fun today. A little bit of a day off. You did a nice 500 today. Let's go. Thank you for being here today. Thank you, Marina. Thank you for being here, Marina. Appreciate you. So chat, today is a big day. Do you know why today is a big day, chat? The day my book drops. Yeah. The day it drops August 1st, but if you're a member, today is early access. You can get the official payout playbook right now if you are a member. Go ahead into the Discord. You will see it under the free stuff category. Okay, under the free stuff category, you will see the payout playbook if you're a member. If you're not a member of the channel, if you go to the free stuff category, there's still free stuff for you. You just can't see the book just yet. August 1st, the book will be released to the public for free. Okay. But other than that, if you want it earlier, you gotta become a member. So that's just the perk of being a member. So I'm super excited for you guys to read this book today. Okay. Now, if you're in the Discord, who's excited? Who's excited for the book, y'all? You downloaded it last night. Oh, you're funny. You waited till you saw it at midnight. It was there at midnight. So if you go to free stuff, like I said, there's free stuff here for everybody. Oh, you can't see it. You can't see it. Here we go. There's free stuff for everybody. If you guys can't see everything, click on free. Free. This is for everyone. I also have some other stuff for you guys. If you click on 3x journal templates, that stands for 3. There are 3 different journal templates. Let me turn the music down a little bit. There are 3 different journal templates in here. The first 2 you've probably seen before. It's just like a trading dashboard. We got light mode, dark mode. That's 2. And then the one that I added yesterday is members were asking me about calculating stop losses. I gave them a sample of how I calculate my stop loss. So this is just an example of filling out your trade setups. And this is solely calculating your stop loss. So your entry, after you entered, how many points does price move in your favor? How many points does price not move in your favor, right? How many points are you in drawdown before it hits TP or before it hits your stop loss, right? Everything is very much calculated. It's a very, very detailed of analytics, and then it kind of calculates for you. So say, hey, when you use the previous candle, about, we'll say 70% of time, it's good. It doesn't stop you out. Hey, in this setup, when you use the previous structure high or low instead of the previous candle, maybe a wider stop, you make it 90% of the time, right? So it's there to help you to figure out with different structures, should you be widening your stops with this setup, or this setup, can I use a little bit of a tighter stop, right? It's there to help you calculate on average. Of course, we can never truly pick the best stop loss, right? But at least this can help you get a better idea of what's the highest percentage chance this won't stop you out. You get what I'm saying, chat? So it's a very advanced journal. Again, it's all about calculating stop losses. So let's kind of segue into that. I did talk about it. We go to the main chat. Again, that's for everybody. If you head over to the main chat, yesterday's trading by it was about that. So I'm going to talk about that briefly while we're watching the market open. Good morning, everybody. Just walking in here. Walking in. You guys aren't walking in, but everybody who just joined the stream, good morning to you. My book dropped today for the members. If you're not a member, you can get it August 1st for free. But right now we're talking about the new journal that I added, the stop loss journal. Okay, so the trading bite is called Let the Data Decide Your Stop Loss. So let's see. It says one of the biggest questions traders ask is, where should I put my stop loss for this setup, right? The truth is there's no perfect answer. Market conditions consistently change. Sometimes tighter stop losses can work. Other times the market could be a little bit more volatile. You guys seen it. And you got to have a little bit of a wider stop, right? So in this journal, in the stop loss journal, you'll be able to calculate your different setups and see, okay, like I just mentioned, 80% of the time tight stop loss works. Maybe 95% of the time the wider stop works, right? So you'll be able to determine what you want to use. There is some advanced terminology in the journal, things like MAE, maximum adverse excursion. Way to think about MAE is essentially move against me. That's how I think about it. How far does price move against me? So it's the furthest distance price moved against you before reaching your target. So basically, after you entered, how many points in drawdown? Did it retrace 20, 30 points in drawdown before it hit your TP? you're calculating the average of that. Okay. MFE, maximum favorable excursion. What does that mean? The furthest distance price moves in your favor, right? So basically your TP. Okay. There's other advanced terminology in that journal, like I said. So you guys can download this for free. I made this for you guys. Hopefully you can see that, a lot has gone into my trading success. Trading is not luck. A lot of people think it's luck. Those people don't know what they're talking about. But there's a lot of time and data. And this is just a screenshot of about 15 different setups, maybe. Imagine doing a sample size of 100 or a couple hundred. That takes a long time, right? So a lot of work goes into becoming successful in trading. It's not just, oh, this person got lucky. No, some people actually put in the work. And if you're not hungry and putting in the work, then you do not expect the results. Do not expect them. I always use MBA references because it's a simple reference that everybody can understand. You don't go to the MBA and get a $25, $30 million, $40 million contract because, oh, you just want to make money. No, you had to consistently work on your skill set, right? You had to consistently repetition, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. You weren't there in the gym when they had to put up 100 shots in one spot, then go to another spot, do 100 shots, go to another spot, do 100 shots. You know what I mean? You weren't there. But a lot of practice goes in behind the scenes to develop a skill set, right? And that kind of segues us into prop firms. Trading is a 90% failure rate, and it's mostly because of people, not so much because you're set up. You're not so much set up. It's mostly that for some reason, when it comes to day trading, people don't think of it the same as any other professional skill. They want to get into the live markets. They want to get a prop firm account or get into the live markets. Either way, right? And they want to throw up half-court shots and then be like, oh, well, I don't know why my half-court shots aren't really going in. Sometimes they go in. Well, yeah, eventually, if you keep throwing them from half-court, one of them's going to go in. But for us to win this game, I can't put you in the live game and have you, every time you dribble the ball up the court, shooting from half-court all the time. We're not going to be a successful team. That's setting the team up for failure. But if you bring the ball up, and you kind of get a little closer to the basket, or you can pass it around to your teammates, or you can figure out different combinations from your playbook, trading playbook, right? Trading, you're going to have a playbook. You're going to have different ways you enter the market. Maybe we can get somewhere. And also, you got to come to practice. You can't just not practice and think you're going to play in the live game. Who do you think you are not showing up to practice, right? So, some things to think about. Curry's the only exception. He's not an exception. He grinded his butt off. He practiced his butt off, and he still does. That's my point. Practice, practice, practice. Consistency, rinse and repeat, the same boring stuff. Can you imagine how boring it is to be Curry and to know you're going to make almost every single shot, but you still got to put them up? You know what I mean? It gets a little boring. It's kind of like when you go to Dubai and everybody has a Lamborghini. It's not as aha anymore because everybody has it, right? If you went out and bought this expensive shirt and you went to school and everybody had the same shirt on, it's not going to feel as aha. It's just, okay, cool, right? Saturation. The point I'm trying to make is Curry didn't get to where he was because he woke up and said, oh, I want to be a multi-millionaire in the NBA. Let me never practice. Just put me in the live game. No, he put in time, right? So that's my point. If you're not putting in the hours to be better, then it's going to reflect, guys. It's going to reflect, And no one should ever have to tell you to practice, because either you want it or you don't. You obviously don't want it enough if you have to be told to practice. You should find out a new concept and be excited. You should be excited to go test it out on the charts and see how it works and get the data, right? That's part of being a analyst, you know, a technical analyst. You get excited. But if you're not getting excited when you hear something new, you're like, oh, I can't wait to test that out. Let me get the data for it. It may not be for you. And that's okay. But, you know, that's part of being a technical analyst, right? Analyzing data, right? Past data, past patterns, putting it all together, right? Performance tracking, evaluating, you know. But yeah, also in the free stuff, we have a backtesting journal. So if you need to backtest your strategy, got everything here for you. So lots of free stuff in the Discord for everybody. A lot of free stuff. Hi, Janice. A lot of freebies. Okay, let's see here. And no surprise that we're consolidating a bit here. How about this? Let me get a 111 in the chat. Let me get a 111 in the chat. One. Yeah, daily affirmation time, everybody. Let's see, today is June 19th. Your future is not determined by your worst mistake. One bad decision, one setback, or one difficult season does not define your story. There's still much good ahead of you. I don't know who needed to hear that out there, but there you go. Setbacks is a part of life. Challenges are a part of life. Most people let it define them. The strongest don't. Don't let it define you. You gotta learn how to keep pushing. It doesn't kill you, makes you stronger. You ever hear that quote? It's very true. The more you go through, the more you're able to handle and take on. You know, you become a very powerful person. You know? By the way, those of you downloading my book on your phones, if you have an iPhone, you can put it in your library in your book app. Just so you know, if you put it in your library in your book app, you'll be able to click on it. And then when you click on it, you can view it like this. If you want to view like different pages that way, it's going to be a little hard to read it that way, but you can do that and you can scroll through quickly and click on a page. Also, you can view it this way if you want to just like go through the chapters and click on whatever you want in a list format too. So yeah, there's different ways that you can kind of play around with it in the book app. And obviously you can just click on the page and you can read it like a book. You can swipe to the next page, swipe back. So just so you know, I know a lot of people might not have known. I just want to throw that out there. If you don't see the book under free stuff, it could be because your membership isn't connected to Discord. I do try to announce every single stream to make sure if you're a member to connect your membership to Discord. The instructions are there, called membership access. And that'll direct you on how to do that if you haven't done that just yet. Okay, let's see what we got next. Okay, we got a tier list. Okay. Tier list time. Let's check out this tier list. You guys remember these tier lists where you do like rankings? So this is ranking the worst beginner trading mistakes, tier list. Okay, worst beginning trading mistakes. So S tier, just quit now. A tier, account critical. B tier, this will hurt. C tier, we've all been there. D tier, rookie fixable. Okay. All right, let's give it a shot. Oh, there's only a few. Okay, we can get through these quickly. Revenge trading. Where are y'all putting revenge trading at? Go ahead and type in the chat. Rookie fixable. You can put rookie. We all been there. It's C, so you can put a C in the chat. This will hurt is B. Account critical is A. Just quit now is S. Revenge trading. So again, revenge trading. Rookie is D. Rookie but fixable. We've all been there. C. This will hurt. B. Account critical. A. Just quit now. S. Go ahead and put a letter in the chat. Good morning, Lens. Loving the book so far. The analogies and the quotes are hitting. Thank you, Wizzy. C. We've all been there. Yeah, I think C is appropriate for revenge trading. Okay, next one. Over leveraging. D, rookie fixable. C, we've all been there. B, this will hurt. A, account critical. S, just quit now. Over leveraging. I'm gonna put over leveraging in the we've all been there. Yeah, I think we've all been there. Because I would think, okay, rookie fixable, but people who aren't rookies do that. So let's just put we've all been there. Because I don't want to put this will hurt because for some people it works. So it's kind of like, I guess C. A, C. Yeah, it is account. Yeah, it is account critical. Okay, here we go. Next one. Averaging down on losers, which means you're adding to losing positions. So let's say price is going towards your stop loss and you're adding to the position because you think it's going to reverse in your favor. We're putting that in D, rookie fixable. C, we've all been there. B, this will hurt. A, account critical. S, just quit now. Averaging down on losers. I'm going to say, well, that will hurt. But I think it's account critical. I'm going to have to say A. Because it is fixable, so I don't want to say quit. But it is I think it's account critical. That's
It's time to hit the water. But before you make a splash this summer.
How do they play these ads out of nowhere? What the heck? There's an ad at the bottom of the page. Okay. Trading news blindly. All right, trading news blindly. D, rookie, fixable. C, we've all been there. B, this will hurt. A, critical. S, just quit now. Where are we putting that? Trading news blindly. Oh, wait. It will hurt. I'm gonna say, I think kind of rookie fixable. I think that's a rookie mistake because I think after people get into trading, they know to look at the news. But I feel like it's more of a rookie thing. Just quit now. Brittany says. Just quit now. Okay, next one. No stop loss. Trading with no stop loss. D, rookie fixable. C, we've all been there. B, this will hurt. A, account critical. S, just quit now. Trading without a stop loss. This one's going to be interesting. Where are you putting this one? Emmanuel sent a flower for 30 jewels. Thank you, Emmanuel. Appreciate you. ABCD. ABC Indy. No stop loss. I'll be honest with you. I don't just have a few friends who trade with no stop loss and it works. But I do know some people on YouTube who are trading with no stop loss and it works. So I hate to tell people how to trade, chat. I really do, because you know everything is based on individuality, right? So clearly it works for a small amount of people, but man, I kind of want to say just quit now, because eventually it's gonna go left. Like eventually Trump may tweet something, you got no stop loss on, and margin call. But because I do see it's working for some people, I mean, that's tough, chat. I mean, obviously it's gonna work because there's nothing for it to hit, in a sense. This is hard. This is hard. This is really hard. I really don't know. I really don't know where to put it. Because like I said, I literally, like, you won't believe, I see it work for people, like making money. But then again, you got to think about it. There's no stop loss. So like, it's never going to get stopped out. So I don't want to say obviously it works, but obviously you have to have enough margin in there, you know? This is such a hard one. I'm gonna say account critical. I don't recommend it personally, but I'll put it in account critical. I have a colleague who teaches trading, and his strategy is just go against what you think people do. Yeah, a lot of people say that. Okay, let's see. Discord signal groups. Yo, the sheep on this is hilarious. Whoever made this tier, you are hilarious. I love that they put the sheep on this. Yeah, you are a sheep if you do that. Okay, Discord signal groups, meaning you join the Discord because you're paying for the signals. You're paying to get signals. D, rookie fixable. C, we've all been there. B, this will hurt. A, account critical. S, just quit now. Where's chat putting this one? Uh-oh. Where's chat putting this one? Well, I got two different takes on this. One take is just quit now because you can't depend on others to trade for you. But the other take I have is people who are wealthy do pay for other people to trade for them. Like they pay professional traders to trade their account. But that's different. I feel like that is different than just joining a signal group and paying for the signal. I feel like that's different. So I'm going to say just quit now. Yep, put it in S tier. Sorry, not sorry. All right, next one. We're almost done. FOMO buying. The market. We're moving out of that chop or what? FOMO buying all-time highs. FOMO buying all-time highs. That's an interesting way to put it. D, rookie fixable. C, we've all been there. B, this will hurt. A, account critical. S, just quit now. I'm gonna be honest with you, this must have been made a long time ago because years ago, it was not good to buy the all-time highs. Years ago, it was not. Like, they would call that a FOMO trade. But nowadays, it's pretty normal to buy all-time highs because we keep hitting all-time highs. So we kind of have to update this a little bit because it's not a bad thing. And today, you know, where the market is today, it's not a bad thing. Again, years ago, you never bought the all-time high. You just don't do that, right? You do not do that. But now it's a little different. So it can hurt. I don't want to say this will hurt, but I don't know. I don't want to say you got to know when to do it. You almost got to have a little luck on your side for that one. I'll say rookie fixable just because it's not really a big deal. I'll put it in D. Rookie fixable, it's not really a big deal. Okay, we're almost done. 4 more. Next one. Trading with rent money. Trading with rent money. D, rookie fixable. C, we've all been there. B, this will hurt. A, account critical. S, just quit now. Well, it will hurt. 100% it will hurt. But I'm thinking S tier. And the reason I'm gonna say S tier, get off my chair. Get off. The reason I'm gonna say S tier is because your emotions isn't gonna be right. If you're trading with your rent money, you're not gonna be making good decisions. You may think you will, but you're gonna have that pressure in the back of your mind that you can't lose anything. And that pressure is not going to help you make good decisions. You're going to start forcing stuff or high leveraging stuff, or all you're going to think about, if you lost money, you're going to be thinking about trying to get the money back instead of the next trade. But yeah. All right, next one. Over trading because you're bored? What? Over trading / boredom? We'll just say over trading. Over trading. Over trading. That just means you done took way too many trades. You looked at your book, you said, wait a minute, why I take 100 trades today? Don't get me wrong, some people do average 100 trades, but that's because they're doing small sizes. They may be adding into positions, and they don't count per position, it counts individually. So don't get me wrong, depends on how you trade. But you know when you overtrade, right? You overtrade when you go above what you averagely do. So if you average 20 trades a day and you looking at the account and you took 200, well, obviously you overtraded, right? If you average 50 trades a day and you done took 300 trades, you know you overtraded, right? So overtrading, I'll just say we've all been there. I think we've all been there is fair. I'd say C. We've all been there. Okay. Ignoring risk to reward. Ignoring risk to reward. Well, ignoring risk to reward can hurt and help. I mean, it all depends on what type of trader you are. Can't see the choices. Oh. Sorry, guys. What happened? Okay. Second to last one. Ignoring risk to reward. D, rookie fixable. C, we've all been there. B, this will hurt. A, account critical. S, just quit now. I guess it depends on who you are. There's people who have a negative R to R, but they have a high win rate. If you have a negative R to R, you have to have a high win rate to be profitable, and it works for them. Most people have a 1-to-1 R to R, and they're doing amazing. A lot of people focus on a high R to R, and they're still struggling. So it depends on the individual. But I would say ignoring it is probably what, like a rookie mistake? Because it is important. It's important to know how you operate. Are you good at 1-to-1 setups? Are you good at 1-to-2s? Maybe you're good at negative R to R because you have a higher win rate. I don't know. Everybody's individual. I'll just put rookie. All right, last one. Trading while emotional. I thought it said intoxicated. Trading while emotional. Still in this range. Trading while emotional. Rookie fixable. We've all been there. This will hurt. Account critical. Just quit now. Trading while emotional. I think C is fair. We've all been there. I think C is fair. That's gonna, I guess that completes it. That completes it. Where's the Submission. Oh, you used to be able to submit and see what the average of what people put. Can you not do that anymore? I just can't do that no more. All right, congrats to everybody. That was cool. We're still in this range here. It's a bank holiday. We are chilling. If you're just joining us, so welcome. Very aware it's a bank holiday. Different type of stream today. We're just kind of chatting. Now we're going to get into some reactions. Today's going to be a nice short stream. Alrighty. It's reaction time. I got to sip my water for this one. You asked for it. It's here. I can't tell you how many messages I done got. Hopefully those people who asked me to react are here. We'll do the 40 million or however much it was last. We'll react to the other stuff first. Sounds good. We'll do that last. Let me fix my frame though. Give me 45 seconds, chat. 45 seconds. Where's this thing at? Hold on. Okay, I'm here. Here we go. Here we go. All right, chat. One's in the chat if you can hear me loud and clear. One in the chat. One's in the chat if you can hear me loud and clear. Okay. First on the reaction docket. Who's first? Top Step is first. You're up first, Top Step. What's going on here? Let's react to this stuff. Okay. This trader says, Top Step sent me to the live account after just one payout. I was eligible for 5 times $4,000, aka a 20K payout. So he's saying he has 5 accounts and he was eligible for 4K payout on all 5. But instead they sent me to a live before I could request it. I was going to use it to pay my college tuition, but instead okay, this is a troll. I was going to use it to pay my college tuition, but instead I got slapped in the face with the 8K live account. What the F? At Michael, who's the CEO of Top Step, and at Top Step. Okay, a little bit to uncover here. So, yeah, for the first payout, I mean, you're supposed to get you're supposed to get 5 payouts, and then they send you to live. So, someone does the hard work and pass, they make 20K, they go to request, and then you move them to live. That's questionable. Now, again, we only have the trader's perspective. We don't have the firm's perspective. on what actually happened. We're only getting one side, chat, so just remember that. This is one-sided information. So he's got a screenshot of him being able to withdraw and it not letting him. Okay, he's showing that there's 4,000 available to withdraw from all 5 accounts and it won't let him. Did Top Step or Michael respond? Looks like he's adding other traders and asking them for their input. Oh, the CEO did respond. Okay. Let's see. Congrats, you got called up to live. Step into the big leagues and show yourself. And our prop, what you got? Real money, real orders. You got this? Wait. Okay, Michael's funny. So that doesn't explain why he got moved to live, though. Let me know in the chat. How would you feel, guys? How would you feel? I know the bulk of the rules say after 5 payouts, they bump you over to live. But there is a small print in the rule, if you read it fully, that says they can bump you to live anytime. It says they can bump you to live anytime. So technically, that does cover that. But let me know in the chat what you guys think. How would you feel if you passed the challenge and now you're working your way to payout? You made 4 grand on all 5 accounts. Not 4 grand, you made 8 grand on all 5 accounts. So you're able to withdraw half of it, which is 4K from each. And you go to withdraw and it says, nope, you've been moved over to live. You can't withdraw your money that you made. How would you feel, chat? Now, for those who don't know, Top Step's model with the live, they've changed it. So when you get moved over to live, you're not getting the full balance of what you made. You have to reach like certain, every time you withdraw, you unlock another 25% of your account balance. So let's say they're moving his 20 grand over to the live account, right? Like he just said, he's getting 8,000. He's not getting his full 20 grand. They slowly unlock the rest of your money. I don't know how we feeling. I'd be fine with that. It's money in the bank anyway. It isn't. OTV. I'd cry. I'd be desperate. Money in the bank. No. It's not money in the bank. So what happens is, how do I explain this? How do I explain it better? What happens is you passed. Now you're working on your first payout. You made 8 grand. And you're able to receive half of it. So you're like, okay, I made 8 grand. Let me request half of it, which is 4K. But you got 5 accounts, so really that's 20K. So what they do is they said, no, we're not going to give you that. You cannot request a withdrawal. We're just going to move you to a live account. So you did all that hard work. Again, you paid for 5 challenges, did all that hard work. You made some good money. You're excited to draw 20K. You can't withdraw it. They move you to the live account. And then they start you with 8,000 out of the money you made. So you can read it on Top Step. They updated it. So what happens is they lock your money up. They lock your money up, and it says that every like payout cycle or whatever, you unlock 25% of the balance that you had made. So it's not like, oh, okay, after my first live payout, I get my whole balance that I made that's locked up. Nope, you get 25% of that balance. And then it's almost like you got to prove yourself again, right? You prove yourself. Don't get me wrong, with consistency, you'll eventually get there and unlock 100%. But I feel like the point of the tweet is, hey, don't I deserve my 20K that I made? You know, I think most people won't complain about unlocking 25% of their balance if they received 5 payouts previously to go into live. You know what I mean? Does that make sense, chat? Now, let's say they sent you your 20K and then they put the rest in a live account and you had to unlock it. You probably won't care. But the fact that you did all that hard work, you didn't get paid the money you earned. They take it and lock it up. That's kind of annoying. And I feel like that kind of plays with the rules of, hey, we move you to live after 5 payouts, but also we can move you to live whenever we want to. But again, we only know this side. We don't know the firm side. We don't know if this trader had a live account before with them. I don't know. So I think there are, you know, things that maybe we don't have all the information to, you know. That's rough if you didn't get to understand the payout. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, the response of the CEO is, he just basically said, congrats, you moved to live. You got this. So he didn't really reply to the part of, this is the first, well, the person's claiming it's the first payout. That's what it said. I don't know. Let's see. MP is as tone deaf as it comes. MP is as tone deaf as it comes, and Top Step isn't even at the top 10. Okay. We know where that's going. It's the worst live plan of all. TPT, Lucid, and Tradify beat you by miles. I heard something, chat. You guys are pathetic, awful. Rather than paying him his full payout with his first payout, you give him a live straight away. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. Alright, but that was the first one. Yeah, 3 sides to the story. That was the first one. Let's go to the next thing. Now, this story was big yesterday online. This was big. Hold on. Where was it? Oh, I'm sorry, not this one. But this is just another person who's kind of going off on Twitter saying that the same thing happened to them. And, you know, they're calling Top Step the B word. They're pretty pissed off. They're basically saying the same thing happened to them. They weren't able to withdraw. And they got sent to live, basically. But we're going to skip that one. There's a crazier story about someone lying about their identity. Oh, here it is. Okay. So this guy named Mike, I guess. This one's going to be interesting, chat. Hey, watch this one. This guy goes viral yesterday on Twitter, calling out Lucid Trading. Look at all this with the security. Look, peep the detail in this. Serious scam exposed. They're starting to scam, he claims. He's basically claiming that he generated over $7,000 in profit. He proceeded to complete the KYC documents to get a withdrawal on his payout day, and his KYC documents were denied. And his funds to be withdrawn are inaccessible. So he's basically calling Lucid Trading a scam. He's all pissed off and saying, y'all denied my KYC documents. You say my identity is false. You're not giving me my payout. Okay? So now he's basically going on a rant. Why was my KYC denied, right? For those who don't know, KYC is like your driver's license, you know, things that verify you are who you say you are. Okay? Sending these screenshots saying traders deserve clear communication and all this other stuff. So yeah, he went viral for this. Guess what? Somebody who works for Lucid spoke out and cleared it up. They said this dumb A tried KYC using his mother's identity. Tell your mom I'm sorry she gave birth to such a disappointment. Enjoy your ban. So not only was he trying to go viral saying Lucid scammed him out of his payout because they denied his KYC documents, and he's over here saying, oh, you need to communicate with traders and tell them why their documents were denied. Person at Lucid said, hey, you were denied because you were using your mother's identity to identify yourself. Boy, that's up. Chat. You can't make this up, chat. You just cannot make this up. So, this tweet went crazy yesterday because people were like, wait, You just went viral for that, and then now you just got exposed that you're the actual scammer. You were using your mom's ID. Okay. So he basically replies, the tweet. He replies to it because now people are coming at him. So he replies to it and goes, how other prop firms like MFF, who's FFF? I don't know who that is. Can accept with clown face emojis. So he basically said that MFF accepted his KYC documents. So he's basically saying, well, other prop firms accepted his mother's ID, right? So, you know what that Lucid employee did? I don't know if it's the employee or the owner, but they tagged the CEO of MFF and said, hey, you may want to look into this. This guy's using his mother's ID for himself, and you approved him. So MFF got involved, the drama chat, and said they're going to look into it and ban him. So yeah, he was going around getting approved with his mother's ID. The problem with this, you may say, well, what's the problem with this? He made the money. It's because he could be underage. We still don't know if he's underage or not, but he could be underaged. You know, they'd be in big trouble if they paid an underage person who used their mother's ID to confirm themselves, you know? But yeah, isn't that crazy, chat? The victim card, yeah. But the fact that he tried to go viral on Twitter and then got called right out, well, we denied you because you use your mom. That's crazy. Pretty much fraud and money laundering. Yep, it's money laundering. There's a funded next trader as well who used 2 different accounts, same device. Oh, I saw that. Yeah, I didn't get to tag that out, but I did see that. I did see that. But yeah, that's crazy. Now, before we get into, I know you guys are ready. It's that time. It's that time to get into the 49 million. Right before we get into that, there's this cool little video. Cool little video I thought was funny. It says, this is happening. Meanwhile, this is happening right under your house. Check this out. Can you imagine if this is how animals are acting under the ground? Like, just meanwhile, drop a GoPro to it. Can you imagine? Isn't that hilarious? Okay, we had to get a little laugh because now we're gonna get serious. Now we're gonna get serious. So, where do we start? Where do I start? I don't even know where to start. I don't know where to start. I'll start with this. All on the Red Bull. So, this trader, he goes by the name of Trades by Psy. This guy. Very well known on TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter for his post of big trading days. And when I say big trading days, he posts stuff like 20 mil in a day, 12 mil in a day, 15 mil. I've seen him post 15 million in a day. Like, he posts stuff like that, claiming allegedly, we'll just say allegedly that he's making this type of money in a day. Okay, that's kind of where he got his viral stuff from. Okay. So basically yesterday he posted a screenshot of this. And in this screenshot, we make it bigger. I don't know if y'all can read those numbers, but it says Tuesday he made 2 million, break even Thursday, Friday. The 7th, this is of June, he made 7 million. The 8th he made 4.6 million. The 10th he made 38 million. Allegedly. Like I'm saying that, allegedly. So basically he's getting called out by a lot of people, as you can imagine, by a lot of traders are calling this out. He has a big fan base, guys. His fan base is defending him and basically calling everybody haters who are calling it out. What else before we get into it? There's other people on YouTube ready to drop videos exposing him. You know, there's a lot going on. I'll leave it to you guys to determine. I don't think it's hard for you guys to determine. But yeah, he makes these claims. And people are kind of saying, oh, well, he promotes a broker. He doesn't sell courses. He doesn't da-da-da. And, you know, we're going to have a very sophisticated discussion about this. Are you ready? Let's get into it. Let's get into it. And yes, you know, anybody's psychology is great. I mean, we all have the internet, right? We all have the internet. We all have amazing trading books. Like, we can all spit psychology all day. We can all do that. Especially someone who's great at marketing. They're the best psychologists ever. Let's hop into it. So before we get started, I just want to make something very clear. This isn't a hit on anybody. We're just going to go through this very sophisticatedly. This isn't declaring anybody's guilty of anything. This isn't me telling you what to think at all. Just my opinion. This discussion is going to be about evidence, credibility, critical thinking, and how traders should evaluate extraordinary claims. Okay. Because if we're going to survive in this industry, we do need discernment. We need to practice discernment. We need due diligence. We need to be able to separate perception from reality. And how do you say, conceptually, that's what today's discussion is going to be about. Okay. So basically, like I said, he claims he made tens of millions of dollars. This just popped up while I was talking. I'll keep that there. I'll let y'all read that while I'm talking. But naturally, people have questions, not because making money is impossible in trading, not because being successful in trading is not possible. That's not why. People have questions because of the burden of proof of legitimacy. That's really the true science behind it. We're being honest. Okay. People are claiming it's jealousy, but the reality is it's not about him promoting a broker. And we'll get into that a little bit later. Nobody cares about that. But it's about that it's not being shown from a reputable broker. That's the point. So you're going to claim big amounts like that, extraordinary amounts. That's not a big amount. That's extraordinary amount. Then if it was on a reputable broker, then it would make more sense. But when you claim those amounts on brokers who are known to be questionable, and we'll get into that a little later, that's where people draw in the questions. You know, I believe if these claims were on like Tradingviews or Interactive Brokers or Oanda, you know, I think people say, okay, cool, congratulations, amazing, right? Give him his props. But because, you know what I'm saying, chat? Yeah, I'm saying, let me get him one in the chat if he's still with me. Let me one in the chat. Okay. So, let's talk about something that's important. The broker that he promotes is an Australian broker. On his YouTube channel, he says regulated broker. Now that can be misconstrued because originally from the US, I believe he's in Florida, I believe. So I'm assuming most of your audience is in the US. So when they see regulated broker, especially a newer trader, they're probably thinking, oh, okay, his broker's regulated in the US. But you should probably put Australian regulated broker. That would make more sense. Because I feel like that can get a little misconstrued. You get what I'm saying, chat? Let me get 2 in the chat if that makes sense. That could get a little, you know, you just read regulated broker. Okay, boom. But it's not regulated in the US. Small deception, but maybe not the biggest of deals. We won't stretch it. Again, him promoting a broker, that doesn't mean there's anything wrong. That's not what we're saying. We got to think back to the layer of how business works, right? Because a lot of people, only in the trading industry, I only see this in the trading industry, where people go, you have affiliate code, you have this and that, you're promoting this. You don't see that in any other niche on the internet, right? When I watch, there's certain podcasts I like to watch every week, and they have their sponsors, they have people that they promote all the time. I don't listen and watch and go, oh, well, they're promoting this. I don't give a damn, right? You only see that in the trading industry. Or I'm watching certain gamers game and they're promoting like gamer snacks, or they're promoting they have a sponsor code for like custom keyboards and stuff. I'm not watching the gamer like, oh, they have a code for keyboard. Like, what? That's only in trading. And just to school you on business 101, marketing, that's how businesses function. Look at Gymshark. $1 billion in sales first year. And the CEO, if you ever listen to the CEO talk, he's brilliant. He's very young and he's brilliant. And he says how, you know, their brand was to use influencers, gym influencers, people who vlog on YouTube or they stream live on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, and they go to the gym all the time, right? They're healthy influencers, gym influencers. They sponsor them. Normal stuff. Who else are they going to sponsor? That's their niche, right? So I'm using Gymshark as an example. You choose gym influencers, health influencers to promote your brand. When it comes to brokerages or prop firms, who are they going to use to promote their brand? They're going to use influencers who are publicly trading. Can't use people who are private. They can't promote to nobody. That's how a business works. If a business didn't market, old school TV, you watch ads, you still watch ads now on certain things. Because businesses have to promote themselves. If businesses didn't have customers, they wouldn't exist. You wouldn't have jobs. You wouldn't even have food that you're able to buy. Your kids wouldn't have jobs. This is how the world functions, guys. The economy would be destroyed if businesses didn't function. Okay? It'd be a domino effect. Just saying. So that's just business 101. Of course, prop firms and brokers have to choose trading influencers, just like gymwear has to choose gym influencers, health influencers. Make sense? Let me get 3 in the chat. So again, the issue is not promoting the broker. That's not the issue at all. The issue is it's not a reputable broker to be making that type of money on. Okay. Just want to clarify that. So where was I at? So many US traders, they see the world regulated. They immediately assume it's regulated by US agencies, which couldn't be further from the truth. All right. I do believe that you should specify the difference. The distinction does matter. Words matter. Details matter. Jurisdictions matter. Transparency matters. You know, if a broker operates outside of regulatory framework that most American traders are familiar with, naturally becomes a little bit more difficult for the average retail trader to move independently, right? Again, we don't have proof of wrongdoing. All right, but yeah, let's talk about these screenshots. Let's get back to the screenshot, because that's what we're talking about here. I don't feel like this is enough evidence. Evidence would be having a physical copy of your broker statement, obviously. And for some reason, everyone forgot about that. Am I the only one? Let me know in the chat. That's how you provide evidence. You know, you show a copy of your broker statement. Okay? Just saying. Obviously, he's not going to post his taxes, and he doesn't need to. Nobody should post their taxes on the internet ever. So we can't request that, obviously. But I'm just saying, and obviously I know broker statements can be misconstrued too, but I'm just saying, like, posting this rather than the statement is a bit odd, in my opinion. Just my opinion, though. What else am I gonna say here? Let's talk about the jewelry. Somebody pointed out that in his videos, like you said, oh, he gives great psychology. You know, that's what all the beginners said about all the other scammers years ago. They would always say, they give such great psychology talks. They're a marketer. What do you think? Do you know how a car salesman works? Do you know why a car salesman is good at what they do? They're great talkers. Hello? Salesmen are great at communicating. Phenomenal. I don't want to say manipulating, but they're great at that too. Manipulating doesn't always have to be a bad in a bad light, so I don't want to use that word, but they're phenomenal. Anyway, people are pointing out that every single jewelry piece that he has is on Etsy. They're saying that it's not real. For instance, his chain right here, it says F haters, but it spells it all the way out. It's right here where my mouse is. Right here, it says F haters. I don't know if you could see it, because my screen's a little small for you, but my screen is big for me, and I can see it says F haters. So someone pulled it up right here, the F haters chain on Etsy. Okay. He has this other one that says bet money first. Oh, here it is right here. Bet money first. Again, another chain, $50 on Etsy. This RR looks like a Rolls Royce type of logo here. Again, on Etsy. He has it right here, the RR. This chain for $27 on Etsy with the tongue out and the money sign on it. Right here. So basically people are saying that he's presenting himself as, look at me, I got all these chains on, I have money. And they're saying these are just Etsy chains. Like, do what you will with that information. Let me get a 4 in the chat if you're still with me though. The chat's been a bit quiet. We still here? What do y'all think about that? Now I will say, I mean, it works. I mean, people think that people have money because they wear chains. So, unfortunately, or because they have jewelry on. This, I don't want to say rapper lifestyle, but it's almost like a, I don't know if we want to say the hip hop community, but it's almost like you gotta have iced out chains or you don't have money type of thing. I don't know, you know, I don't know. But let's talk about jewelry, cars, lifestyle. Let's have a little small discussion about it. Because I think it's where social media creates a lot of confusion. You know, conceptually, what does it prove? It doesn't prove anything. It's just materialism. You know, if I go, actually, I will go get my watch and my neck. I'll just get maybe 2 things. Just to prove my point. Hold on. Okay, we're back. So just to prove my point, it's like I just grabbed a few things that I can just see. Like, people want you to wear this to prove that you have something, or they want you to wear this. I don't know if you can see in the light. You see the glistening? I bet you can. You know, people want you to wear stuff like that just to prove that you have something, and you shouldn't have to wear that to prove anything. That doesn't mean that you have money. It just means either A, you spent a lot of money on something, because who knows if you still have it or not. B, it's just materialism, guys. It doesn't mean anything. I shouldn't have to put stuff. Just lock my watch. I shouldn't have to put this on my wrist and be like, Can you imagine if I live trade and go, hey guys, look guys, every single time? Can you imagine if I just did this? Imagine chat, we just do the stream like this. Good morning, everybody. Oh, we gotta switch it up, chat. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another day on the official podcast. We're gonna be da 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 da. Can you imagine if I did that? All right, guys. I think New York Open starts at like what? I look so dumb, right? But yeah, you shouldn't have to do any of those things. None of those things mean anything. They literally mean nothing. Okay. They mean nothing. I'm just being honest with you. So people gotta really stop with that. But I think that's just more of a social media issue. You know, it's a social media issue. Yeah, cars too. Yeah, cars just. But you know what? I think I don't want to say it's the male ego, but I feel like I see more of the men do it than anybody else. Like Instagram and Twitter, the men are posting their bank accounts, their statements, their car, chains, watches, jewelry. Maybe some women, but I really don't see it like that. I really don't see it from women in the way that I see it from men. I never see a woman post her bank account, but I don't know. I don't know if it's something that the males got going on where they're battling with each other. I don't know. But it does seem more like more of a male thing to, oh, I gotta post my car. I gotta show everybody my car. I gotta show everybody my watch. You know, I don't know. But yeah, where were we? We're talking about material possessions. Because the reality is there's people who are driving Lamborghinis and Ferraris that are broke. They don't know how they're gonna make their next payment, but you see that and you think they have something, you know. You know, back in the day, a lot of these traders. Oh man, I was about to say a name. I'm not gonna say any names. But this person did actually, before they left YouTube, they did make a video explaining this. They basically said that after they bought their Lamborghini, you know, you put a down payment down. They spent the bulk of their money putting a down payment down. And they realized after a couple months of having it that people don't care, because the people who are watching you, who are all like, ha, and hyping you up, they're not there in person. And they kind of realized that they just kind of wanted the car to like show it. But a couple months into it, they realized like, I'm paying all this money and I don't really care about the car. You know what I mean? Like they kind of got used to it. Like it wasn't making them happy, and it was kind of sad. You know, it was a kind of sad video to watch people have that realization. That's why they always tell you, if you know, when you make it to a certain point, if you're buying designer clothes and all this other stuff just to please your audience, you're never going to be happy inside. You're not, because you're posting it for the validation of others. You're posting it so that others could be like complimenting you, because you need those compliments to feel validated. And you shouldn't need other people's opinions to feel validated. You shouldn't. That's not good. It's not good. But yeah, like I said, I'm not going to say any names. If you know who I'm talking about, then you know who. But it's very, very sad that they posted that video. Very unfortunate. Because it's like, yeah, now what? Spend a whole bunch of money on it. Don't want it. Now what? You know? Claim you got no money left. Now what? Unfortunate. But yeah, let's continue our discussion. We talked about how affiliate codes don't equal scam. Only in the trading industry do people say that. No other industry say that. I'm watching, you know, like I said, when I'm watching gym influencers or streamers that I like to watch, I don't give a damn about their Gymshark promo code. It does not bother me. I may use it, in fact. But again, you don't see anybody calling that out. Nike uses athletes. Nike does the same thing with professional athletes. Adidas does this with professional athletes. This is how businesses work. You choose people in your niche. Who else are prop firms going to choose and brokers going to choose? They're going to choose traders. Sportswear choose athletes. That is how this works. Again, business 101. Didn't think we have to explain it, but we'll kind of fast forward. And even with like memberships and subscriptions, that's just streaming culture. That's streaming culture 101. You know, that's how you support your favorite streamer. It's kind of like a Netflix subscription. It's kind of like saying, why is Netflix still charging us when Netflix is worth over 300, they're worth over 300 billion right now. Yeah, they can take the money and leave, but they're providing a service. They're providing value. Just because you feel like somebody doesn't provide value doesn't mean that they don't provide value. That's just your opinion. You're entitled to your opinion. It's kind of like when people say, it's kind of like, what was that tweet the other day? Someone said Taylor Swift has no talent. Well, just because you don't like her music doesn't take away that she has a talent. Obviously, she can sing and songwrite, so obviously she has a talent. You don't have to like the talent. You don't have to listen to the music, but you know, if your brain functions in a way where you can't separate those two things, it's a problem. You know? But yeah, honestly, just to finish up our discussion here, I think the validation trap is something deeper we need to discuss, right? The biggest problem, like we talk about, is modern day social media. It becomes showing off. It's more of, I feel like social media has become more of show off season rather than providing value. There are a lot of people who provide value on social media. There's a lot of them. But then I feel like most of the world just seems like they're in competition with each other. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the world really seems like they're like competing with one another. The dangerous place to operate from. Because like I said, your happiness becomes external and not internal. Happiness should be internal. Okay. Yeah. I think I kind of gave my opinion on the bulk of things. Anything else, chat? Anything else? I think we kind of got it. I guess I'll kind of give you my final thoughts. I think at the end of the day, I don't think the concern is whether the guy made 50 million or not. I think that if we're being honest, he's promoting he's saying that it's from Liquid Brokers, which again is in Australia. And if you do your due diligence research on Liquid Brokers, you'll probably come across, and I'll actually search it now. It is Liquid Brokers. You guys ever hear of Watchdog? You guys know what Watchdog is? But Watchdog agencies basically do like financial reviews, and they feel like Liquid Brokers, which is the broker I just showed you guys, the broker he's with, they feel like they're very high on the list of scams, and that they're high on the list for, you know, not operating with correct numbers. So there's that too. So it's kind of like, you know, put one and one together. Okay. Put one and one together, chat. You know what I mean? You guys can look it up. Liquid Brokers in your AI and all that stuff if you want to, but You know, they're heavily watched on watchdogs because they're very high on the scam list. So that's not a good thing either, right? Like I said, if he would have posted up with Tradingviews, Interactive Brokers, Oanda, you know, it makes more sense. Because I'm pretty sure that you guys... Now I'm about to mess y'all up. Watch this. One's in the chat, if you're still with me. One's in the chat, if you're still with me. Watch this. Those of you who live in the US, if you don't live in the US, I want you to pretend that you live in the US, or just for this example. If you live in the US, your money's not protected. We know this. Your money's not protected if you go to an offshore broker that's not regulated in the US. So, I want you to picture yourself for a second. Let's say you got 10 million, 20 million with this broker, which makes no sense, but let's say you do. You know for a fact that if any day you wake up, if they were to wipe it, you can't get none of your money back. Are you holding that money in that account? Let me know in the chat. Just give me a yes or no. You know for a fact, any day you wake up, that money can be gone and there's nothing nobody can do about it because they're not regulated in the US. Are you holding your 10, 20 million in that account? Be honest. So now I want you to think bigger. You got 50 million in that account. You holding your 50 million in that account? Be real. 50 million. You wake up tomorrow, it's gone. It is what it is. US can't help you. No, right? Yeah, thank you. That's just checking. I know. I remember there was a story last year. He claimed he made like 100 million last year or something like that with the same broker. I don't know. Something like that. Some crazy thing. Kind of the same thing like right now, but so, or was it 50? Was it 40 or 50? It was some crazy number last year. Either way, if we add last year's number to this year's number, let's just say he's got over 100 million. If you believe that. Just something to think about. Just something to think about. Just something to think about. Number one, you wouldn't be posting it. You would not be posting it. And I do see that people were saying that, oh, he's out the country and all that. Again, this whole social media thing of people who travel, have money, has got to stop. It's got to stop. Some people travel because they're running away from something. You can bet your bottom. Posting stuff. Hey, look, for those of you who don't live in the US, don't make me get into tax auditing. You don't post stuff like that when it comes to tax auditing in the US. You just don't. You don't. You're in big trouble. I'll put it that way. And you cannot make falsified claims saying you made X amount of dollars to manipulate people into thinking something. Can't do that either. Just so you guys know. So I do kind of wonder, being outside the US for so long, what's the reason? Are we running away from being audited or what? Because the audits don't play. They show up to your door, chat. The government will show up. Chat, the government will just catch you off guard. You go about your regular day. I'm telling you. Especially for money audits. They just show up. It'll be the most randomest time. Probably bad time for you. But let me tell you, you do not just post that. So that's one of the biggest indicators on if something's real or not. I can just tell you from a tax standpoint and how the law works here, not a chance. Not a chance you will get away with it. So you can do what you will with that information. But certain things are just common sense. And like I said, you don't post that. That's very dangerous to post stuff like that. People will come for you. People will hold you ransom and demand money out of you. You know what I mean? People may kidnap you or threaten to kill you if you don't give them money. You know what I mean? You can get yourself into a whirlwind of issues posting stuff like that. You really can. You really, really can. And I can't find the post now, but like I said, a lot of traders are coming at him. And when I say traders, I mean influencer traders. They're all coming at him right now. And one of them I saw last night was like talking about the affiliate pay he gets from his brokerage, and he posted a screenshot of him withdrawing like it was like $200 a day from affiliate pay, which isn't much. But what I will say is, what can we decipher from that screenshot, chat? Do you know? Sometimes there's hints. Sometimes people tell on themselves a little bit, just a little bit. Let me see if anybody knows. If somebody's withdrawing $200 every single day of affiliate pay, what's that mean? To me, that doesn't. So, hey, I'm trying to get my words right, but I'm about to mess y'all up again. Watch this. Watch this. I found it. So yeah, he replied to the guy. Again, everybody's calling him out. And he replied to him like, LOL, like this is all I make type thing from the code. So, I don't know if you guys can see this. Let me make it smaller. Maybe it'll make it bigger. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's basically the date, June 17th, June 15th, June 14th, June 13th, right? It's the date. It's all 2026. Withdrawal. $160, $128, $173, $136, $132, $211 and change. There's change. But the point is he's showing like, LOL, this is all I make. So you're telling me, I'm about to fuck y'all up with this. Hold on. I'm getting it together. I'm about to fuck y'all up with this. Watch this. You're telling me that you not only keep 10 mil, 30 mil, 20 mil, 40 mil, 50 mil, whatever mil in that account, but you withdraw $100 every single day from affiliate. You withdraw $130 every single day of the month, but you'll keep 30, 40 million, whatever, 10 mil, whatever. Does that make any sense? Does it make any sense? And again, if you think this is about the affiliate money, you're missing the point. This has nothing to do with affiliate money. This has to do with actions. That doesn't make any sense. Someone who keeps 10, 20 mil, 30 mil in a brokerage that does not protect them, that they can just wake up and lose their money, constantly withdraws $100 every day off the affiliate money. That makes no sense. Like, those two actions don't make sense. Again, if you think this is about the money, you're missing the point. It's about the action. You're withdrawing $100 every single day, but you're keeping 20, 30 mil in an account that you could just lose tomorrow. Exactly. You don't, right? Thank you, Mayo. Mayo sees it. It almost feels like you don't trust them with your $100, but you trust them with your 10, 20. Like, what? Y'all don't see that? Thank you, Mayo. That's what we're saying. But see, a lot of people in these comments, they got it all twisted. They think it's about the affiliate code. It's not about the affiliate code. It's about the action. You don't trust your $100 being there every day, but you trust 20, 30 mil being there? Something don't smell right, right? Something's a little off. That's all. You gotta peep game, chat. You gotta peep game. But yeah, people are they're just so caught up on affiliate code that they just can't see past it. It just doesn't make sense. For entertainment purposes, because ain't no way. Now, mind you, this was the whole month of June. So, I don't know if he knew he was going to post this month or whatever, but, I mean, it's not like he posted this yesterday, and then weeks later, he withdrew, and then took a screenshot. No, he already did this. So, just a bit odd. I just think it's a bit odd, chat. I do think it's odd. People's behaviors show a lot. Again, nothing wrong with him withdrawing his affiliate money every day. That's not what we're saying. Nothing wrong with that. But it is a bit odd that you gotta make sure someone who claims they're up 100 million in life, you gotta make sure you get that $100 today. You sure you up 100 mil? That don't sound like 100. That doesn't sound like I'm up 100 mil type of actions where I gotta make sure I get my 120 today, every day. Gotta make sure I get it. Gotta get it. Typically, you would have that add up, right? Maybe take a bulk payment. Right, chat? What would you do, chat? Add it up, maybe take a bulk payment. If you had 100 mil in the bank, chat, you got 100 mil in the bank. Or 50 mil. Whatever he said last year. It was like 50 mil, right? Something like that last year he claimed. Let's just say you got 50 mil in the bank, chat. You making sure you get that 100 every day? There ain't no way. There's no way you can convince me that somebody who claims they got over 50 mil in the bank is concerned about their $120 on the daily. There's just no way. Chat! Am I spitting or am I not? Am I spitting? Think about it. You ain't sweating that. And don't say, oh, maybe it's petty. No. It's not being petty. Not being petty. It's not petty. Oh, make sure I get mine. No. There's just, the thing is, chat, when you walk into areas of life and your tax bracket goes up, your behavior starts to change. The way you see things, the way you operate, especially towards money, starts to change. There's just certain things, certain characteristics that you have as a person, you know? Maybe it's auto withdrawal. Okay, we'll give the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it's auto withdrawal. We'll give the benefit of the doubt. I guess we'll give the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it's auto withdrawal. That could be a possibility. It could be. But yeah, he's in some heat. He's replying. A lot of influencers have called him out. One influencer said, if you believe this, you got the IQ of a rock. The IQ of a rock. It's funny as hell. That's funny. I gotta use that. The IQ of a rock. I have to use that. I gotta put that one in my bag. This is funny. Don't take my word for it. Love your streams, Lens. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, look, I'm not here to convince you guys of anything. Everyone's free to have their own opinions. But again, this is an extraordinary claim. You know, so it is a bit different. It's not like some average claim. Because with those claims, then you are the greatest trader in the world, because then you've made more than the greatest trader in the world. Right? With those claims, you are the top. You should be in Guinness World Record. You should be... Oh, let me not. Because to be in Guinness World Records, they have to validate it. They have to validate it. It has to be authentic. I'm just saying. I ain't saying, but I'm just saying. Just throwing it out there. Food for thought. By the way, rest in peace to Tay Keith. I don't know if you guys saw that yesterday. Passed away, unfortunately. He did go live yesterday. Before he passed away, he went live and talked to his fans and supporters, and he didn't seem happy. He seemed pretty sad, unfortunately. I didn't watch it, but people quoted that he said that people don't care about him or something in his live, and then next thing you knew, he was dead. So I don't know if he took his own life or what happened yesterday. But rest in peace to Tay Keith, because he's, you know, the beats he's made are classics. He didn't just make songs for like Drake, Beyonce, Travis Scott. He's made beats for Eminem. Some of the most famous songs you guys know in the world, you know, he's made those beats. But yeah, very talented kid. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Yeah, mad classics, yep. Trade Market Watch, hello. Ready for Sunday's class, so my stuff is legit in the future. And yeah, Chad, don't get me wrong. I mean, people don't have to, the thing is I can respect anybody who trades live. I can respect anybody who trades live. But if you don't trade live and then you make certain type of claims, just can't respect it. It's just point blank simple. And I did see other people say, oh, well, so-and-so trade live. No, uploading a video, uploading content and saying this is a live trade I took and recording it does not count as trading live. We need to stop deciphering that. That does not count. You need to be live in real time with your audience. Explain what's going on, because you can't. Explain what you're looking for if you want, as much as you want or as much as you don't want. But either way, you need to take live executions in front of people. Because if you don't, it's just not, to me, it's just not legit. It's just not. You have to think about it. The most clouded influencers in the trading space, I'm just talking about the trading niche, but the most clouded influencers don't trade live. Like the most clouded ones, none of them, not once. They may upload a video of, oh, look at this live trade. Oh, I made this much. Oh, I swing traded this, or oh, whatever. But they'll never come up here. In fact, a few of them I see, they'll go live on Sunday and do psychology talks. This is how you know. About to fuck it all up again. They go live and do psychology talks, but they never go live and actually execute something. They go live like Saturday night, Sunday night. You notice that? But for some reason, they could just never go live when the market's open. Never. Why? Something to think about. Food for thought. Again, food for thought. So yeah, I mean, anybody who trades live has my utmost respect. Because when I tell you it's a whole different thing, it is a whole different thing. It's a whole different thing. Trading by yourself and trading live in front of an audience. Shoot, people who go on Top Step got more heart in them. They're trading in front of an audience. You know? But yeah, just things for you guys to think about. If they don't trade live, it's very questionable. Anybody can think about it, chat. Think about your worst trade this week. Think about your best trade this week. Anybody can record content, and once they hit it, okay, boom, that's the video I'm gonna upload. Anybody can do that. We can all record all our trades and just post the best one of the week. You could do that. I could do that. Everybody could do that. So again, going live and uploading content are just two different things. He produced hella dope music, underrated? Yeah. You know he produced Sicko Mode? Yeah, he produced Sicko Mode. Produced a lot of stuff. Let me see. Let's do a little small dedication to Take Heed.
Don't come to the boy about repairing some shit. Don't come to the boy about
Produce this one.
shit. You lucky that Vogue was suing. You ain't heard about us? Well, you need to go watch the news. Niggas know we be dropping shit. Got the feds on my ass in the hood.
OG, Go Stupid. I love that song. Yep. He produced Family Matters.
Tears running down my cheek, laughing at you, pussy dying. It's a war. Hey, it's a holiday. I got
He produced that song. First Person Shooter he produced. These are just recent songs he produced. Yeah, he produced Rich Flex. He produced Look Alive. Nonstop he created. Dang, that's, yeah, he created a lot. And again, he made beats for Eminem too. Like yeah, very talented. That Nonstop beat is crazy, right? Never forget when that song first dropped. You notice they only go live when the market's closed. Wizzy, I knew someone was gonna notice. They only go live when the market's closed. Exactly. Only. I'm telling you, only. Only. That should tell you something right there. Because let me break this down to you. Do you know how clouded up these people are? If they were to do live streams, now, because of the way their audience works, the amount of money they would make from live streaming is insane. So you may ask yourself, why wouldn't they live stream? Because it would stop business operations. It would stop business operations, right? I don't know, chat. I don't know. I do have a question though. How are you up 100 million, but you never have like a cut? Like, you know, like a little, it's a bit, you know, little $50 haircut or something. Not haircut, but beard trim. How you never have like a beard trim? I'm just asking. Just things I noticed. I'm being serious. It is questionable. Okay, did we go through everything? We went through Top Step. We went through the guy that tried to say Lucid was scamming him, and he ended up being the scammer. He got exposed. Yeah, we kind of went through. Oh, I know what we forgot to say. Ladies and gentlemen, pre-orders for Grand Theft Auto 6 begins June 25th. Pre-orders. They know they got to do pre-orders because people are going to be rioting outside. You already know how it goes. People... Actually, it's going to be a little scary because people probably will be trying to rob people outside like they used to do for sneakers. So be safe. Yeah, be safe. Be careful. They ain't pre-ordering nothing. Yeah, me either. I'm not pre-ordering it. I'm at the point where I just want the game to come out. So if the game ain't coming out, what am I doing? What am I doing? And I don't need a physical copy. I'm downloading it anyway, so Luckily, I don't have to go to the store. But yeah, they announced that. Let's see. There's a little funny thing here. It says a kid loses 32 million trading. He's gonna be the first ever billionaire trader. Let's check this out.
Boys, this is day 24 of day trading until I get a CT5 Blackwing. Let's get it. So as you see, I entered a trade. And I entered this trade because we see that wick form above the top Bollinger Band, and we see our RSI getting overbought. And let's see how this plays out. I'm already up.
Yo, this kid, this is so funny. He's risking 42 million. He's up 2 mil. Wait, what's his TP?
$4 fucking dollars.
This is funny.
Guy,
Oh, his TP is $1 billion?
I lost 32 million bucks. But it's all right because I'm very profitable. Follow for day 25.
Guys, I lost $32 million, but it's alright because I'm profitable. Follow me. He's funny. Yo, he's gonna be funny. He's gonna be funny. It looks like it's on Instagram, TikTok. I know that's Instagram. This is on Twitter though, so I don't know his handle. I thought that was funny. Let's read the comments. Paper money, slap in the face. No, it's real. Very bright future ahead, I guess. This guy is the future of trading. Bazillionaire in trading. Paper trading is the way to test out strategies without losing your house. Not someone saying it must be the Psy guy. Okay, that is funny. I love the confidence. This is hilarious. The average crypto millionaire, $5 t-shirt, $10 shorts, Crocs, 69 followers, $3 million Bugatti. That is so funny. I'm saying it's funny because yesterday I had on a white t-shirt, basketball shorts, and I had my black Crocs. My Crocs at right there. Yo, your white t-shirt. Yo, I really, this is all I wear. That is hilarious. No, my $5 white Target t-shirt, nice clean. No, I got no Bugatti. No, I do not have no Bugatti. No, I'm not Andrew Tate. I don't have Andrew Tate money. How many Bugattis does Andrew Tate have? No, I do not have the Bugatti, but the outfit, yeah, that's me all the time. Andrew Tate. Where's his? Saw something from him the other day. He's hilarious. Like, truly an entertainer. See, I find the entertainment in the things that he says. I just think it's hilarious. Doesn't he have like over 50 supercars? Like something crazy like that? Something crazy like that. And he doesn't day trade himself, but he does pay one of Andrew Tate's businesses is he pays big money to some of the most professional traders in the world, like some of the best traders in the world. He pays them to trade his trading accounts. I don't know if you guys know that. And they trade in pretty big sizes. So that's, you know, he makes money a lot of different ways, but the guy makes millions by not even having to trade. Isn't that crazy? Making millions trading without having to trade. That's a whole other thing, huh? Isn't that profitable? Profit. Yeah, I mean, to each their own, chat. I mean, like I said, people dress the way they dress, but I will definitely tell you, in my neighborhood, when you see people get out of a Lamborghini, G-Wagon, Defender, Ferrari, McLaren, it do be white t-shirt, whatever, sandals, toes out, just whatever. It's not like, not flashy. Maybe a Louis Vuitton purse, not much of a big deal. Louis V bag, it's really not much of a big deal. Maybe some designer slides, but other than that, it really be just plain Jane. You know, nobody really cares. Nobody cares. I tell you, it's a social media thing. See, the way it works is social media. When I say social media, I mean the people of social media. They make fun of people, and I see they do it to rappers all the time. They do it to YouTubers who have a big following. I see it all the time. They bully them on stream. They're like, "Oh, where's your chain?" Or, "Oh, you can't afford a chain," or, "You can afford this." They bully them, and then the YouTuber buys it, and that becomes you're buying it just to prove a point, which is not good, right? They make fun of them, like they'll call them bummy and stuff, like the bigger streamers. I see it all the time, guys. So now you start spending money making sure your designer out all the time, you know, because people make fun of you. Now you're just spending money to impress people who don't have your money. It makes no sense. You know? Rick Ross got clowned for flying commercial. Yeah, but I will say, Rick Ross is always talking about how much money he has and how he would never do this or that. He's so bougie and always downing. How do I say it? You guys know what I'm talking about. If you watch him, he's a big money talker. So I do think that kind of played in a role of the internet making fun of him, because it's like, okay, out of all people, you talk all big and crazy about money all the time and what people don't got and what you got that they don't have. So I think people took that opportunity to get him, you know? Know what I mean? But did you see he posted a video after talking about his private jet is getting Starlink updated and he was gonna show proof? Now see, that's just showing proof to people, hey, I still have money. See, again, you don't want to be in that position where you need to show proof. Most people don't have no private jet. You ain't gotta show nothing. 50 clowned him. Oh, him and 50 always going back and forth. They're both petty. They are both petty. Petty people. I tell you that. Very petty people, both of them. Hilarious. Yeah, I saw that interview Rick Ross recently did. He's, you know, he's going at Drake again, and they're like, "Did you listen to Drake's new album?" And he was saying how like he's still recovering and the trauma, and he's being so exaggerated. His heirs are recovering the trauma from hearing trash music, he says. See, they just be dramatic for, you know. They just be so dramatic. So funny. But what I thought was funny was the irony in it is in Drake's new album, what did Drake say? "If I'm lying, I'm flying economy." There goes Rick Ross flying economy. Bro, it just couldn't be no more pitch perfect. The timing of that is just iconic. If I'm lying, I'm flying economy. 2 weeks later, Rick Ross gets caught flying economy. After talking so much junk. Man, ain't that icing on it. Let me see. But yeah, Andrew's got some crazy cars. $2 million Aston Martin, $5 million Koenigsegg. And I believe he has a few, right? He don't just have one. Look at this, $5 million Koenigsegg. Just those two is $7 million in cars. But mind you, he's got 50 supercars. And he's got 3 Bugattis, right? My goodness. Now, some people say it's stupid, but in a way it's smart because these cars aren't really going to lose their value. So if things go left, all he has to do is sell his cars and be a multi-millionaire again. You know what I mean? Low-key kind of smart in a sense of shit go left. Well, just gonna have to sell, not even sell all the cars. You just sell one car and he's good, which is crazier to think, but jeez. Jeez. That's I know he's got quite a few kids. So I'm sure they'll have a lot to split up there as kids. Can you imagine, chat? Your dad's got a couple Koenigsegg's, Ferraris, a couple supercars that cost a couple million each, 3 Bugattis. Can you imagine fighting over your siblings for who gets what car? I'm sure they won't though, because I'm sure for them, they're used to it, you know? You know what I mean? They're probably used to it by the time they get older. Woke Trader, got your first payout from Top Set this week since 2025. Congrats, let's go. All right. That's a way to go into the weekend. We get some W's in the chat for Woke Trader. That's amazing. Well deserved. Stuck it out. Alright, chat. Yeah, I think that's about it for the stream today. It's gonna be nice and short. Bank holiday. We sat here and watched this chop, but we had some good discussions. Looking forward to seeing everybody on Monday. If you are a Trading Lab member, I'll see you on Sunday. Those of you who are members, early access to my book dropped today, so make sure you grab a copy of the book in the Discord. If you're not a member, you'll have to wait till August 1st to get the book for free, okay? But let me get a picture of it. Where is it? Where is it? But yeah, go ahead and grab the official playbook. Like I said, it's free to download in the Discord. Go ahead and grab it if you're a member. Super excited to hear you guys' feedback. The extended version is for those in the Sundays Trading Lab, or if you're a Visionary member, you get the extended version. There is extra stuff in there that is not in the original. So I hope you enjoy. On that note, I'll catch everybody later. Thank you so much for coming to the streams today, y'all. Really appreciate it. All right, have a good day, everybody. Don't forget to smile, and I'm out. Manifesting to be sitting here, present, confident, seeing it, executing it. What the hell?
What was the reason? What was the reason?
So I think I'm gonna add to this position my stops to break even. Boom, boom, and boom. Day, come on, 1K. 690 with micros, and I'm gonna close that. Hose is mad, chat. Chat, Hose is mad, chat.
Hose mad! Hose mad!
All right, chat. Close your eyes and sell. Here we go. Just don't even look at it, chat. Why would you put a stop loss on it? Are you crazy? Why would you use a stop loss? It can't get no better than this, chat. Oh my God, she's up $5,300. We're gonna close that trade. $5 grand live on stream.